53. Let's go.
Welcome to the Balcony AUX Chord podcast.
Let's go.
Balcony AUX Chord.
Balcony AUX Chord.
Welcome back to the Balcony AUX Chord podcast. You're back again with me, Mark, and Findy, and you're back again in the music circle. For anyone who doesn't know who we are the Balcony AUX Chord crew, and it all started off on my balcony back in university, where we just sit there, listen to music on my balcony, and just talk about life, talk about music, nerd out to music and all that. And that's like where this kind of podcast kind of comes from. There's like that same energy of just friends talking, and nerding out basically. And sometimes we talk about music, sometimes we don't talk about music. And this week we are going to talk about music. So for all the music lovers, we're coming back to our roots. We're back again, but yeah, dude. But Findy, how are you doing before we get into the nitty gritty?
I'm good, man. I'm good. What am I doing right now? I'm still working at the same place.
Okay.
And I'm trying to apply for jobs, but
hell yeah,
I'm applying for like a sort of like more creative, like I guess positions.
Right.
So right now I'm working on like a resume that will stand out.
That's great.
That's
so like visually stands out.
Yeah, like I want someone to pick out my resume and be like, I need to look at this for a few more seconds than other people. Right. And that's my goal. That's all I've been thinking about. What about you?
I guess very much similar. I'm like applying to jobs as well. I just redid my whole resume last night. Nice. Made it more concise, made it more, up to date, obviously. And I plan on applying to a job within today or tomorrow. This is a job that I want to get, to be honest with you. So hopefully they offer me something, or like at least an interview would be nice. But I'm excited, and I'm like scared because job offers are such a bitch. They like sometimes they don't have like deadlines on the listing, like the job posting.
Right.
So sometimes they just don't have expiration dates. So like sometimes they'll just disappear, and you'll be like, oh, okay.
What are you looking on? Like what apps or
initially I look on LinkedIn, right? But then I go on to the respective institutions and their own like career portals and whatnot, and then you search up listings or postings there as well. Okay. They both don't have info, so I'm just like, okay, I guess I gotta rush a little bit. But they want a writing sample, and this job is related to like the Belt and Road Initiative, like China's Belt and Road Initiative. And like, I mean, obviously, I guess I think they wouldn't mind reading about something else. I think they just want to read about my like English proficiency. But like, I wrote something related to it. I wrote something related to it back in university. So
fuck the CCP.
I didn't write that for sure. But I want to submit that. So I've been reading through that as well. But then, writing back in fourth year uni is not the same with me now either. So I gotta redo everything. But anyhow, it's been that journey for me as well. But yeah, I'm glad you're doing well. And
so everyone's struggling to find a job right now.
I know, right? But I mean,
a little bit tough.
Let's ride the wave of prosperity right now, because like in Canada and America, everything's starting to open up. Everyone's starting to live life normally again. But then Delta is coming, right? Delta, the variant, and you never know if that's gonna hit the fan. So we better ride the wave now before shit hits the fan. Secure that contract first.
I honestly think like the Delta variant is like, or other variants. There's like all the Greek letters basically.
Sure. All of them.
I think we're gonna be.
It just sounds like a frat now.
Yeah, it's a frat now. Delta Kappa,
Omega,
Epsilon, Omega.
Yeah.
Which one you got?
Got the Delta. Oh yeah, Delta. Man. I pledged
Sigma.
too. I pledged too. But yeah, man.
Tough,
what
man.
were you trying to say? It's
Oh, I think I don't know. I was thinking the other day, and I had like a dream about this, that like there's a pandemic forever. Like when I'm old, like when I'm old, I'm still gonna have to. Right.
I mean,
like we're gonna have to get a vaccine like every year.
Yeah. which is basically the flu shot.
Basically,
technically. You know, like I think you're right. Like, it's probably gonna continue forever. It's just like, how are we gonna adapt to it? And I think most likely it'll just become another flu. Obviously, you know, flu takes a lot of lives. First of all, like, not as much as COVID, obviously, but I think because flu is something of the past now. You know, it's like it was a problem. I'm sure it was a problem back then too. You know, so like, now that we have, you know, all these drugs and medicines that can help us, now with the common flu, we've gotten better, and I think it will be something like that. But I mean, I'm being optimistic, right? But yeah. Anyhow, what
are we talking about today?
So today, I mean, Kanye West has been on everyone's radar lately, just because, I mean, he had a whole spectacle of a fucking listening party, watch party, album release. Not even release. I think it was a listening party, but
at a stadium.
At a stadium, which is crazy. We'll talk about it. But right now, at least at this point of recording, he has not released it yet. The album DONDA, I think it's named after his mom, right? But I mean, there's a whole meme basically about him not releasing his album, and he's like, "Oh, when are we gonna get DONDA?" And whatever, right? Like you know, but yeah, I wanted to talk about Kanye West a little bit, you know, maybe like present Kanye, past Kanye, even if you wanted to, but let's see where the conversation goes a little bit, and if it you know, if we run out of things to talk about Kanye, we have another topic ready to go as well, so we'll go for it. So
right. Let's start with this. Let's start with your first. Like, okay, so he's been around for a while, Kanye West. Like, he's been around since we were like children.
Yeah, for sure.
Honestly.
Yeah.
So I just want to ask you, what do you think? What was your first like initial introduction to Kanye West?
Shit.
Like growing up, like when you were.
I think Stronger was my entry point, just because like for a young kid, I guess it stands out like it's like the sound of it, like sonically as well as like lyrically, like like I don't know the order, like Stronger, yeah, and wait, who did it first? So did Daft Punk do it first, or did
I think he sampled Daft Punk.
Okay, so okay,
yeah, I think he sampled that.
So I think I got into that strong, like both at the same time. So
that's
Daft
like
Punk,
graduation, right? That's
yeah,
graduation
basically. I mean, yeah, pretty much. I would say Graduation is my entry point into the Kanye world, and I mean, I never really loved him. I mean, even until now, I think
you love Pablo though. You love
yeah. No, I was gonna get to that. I mean, I haven't like I don't love him, like I don't worship him or anything like that. Like I don't buy sneakers or anything like that. Right. But like I admire his artistic courage as well as his impact on music. Like that's really important. I feel like we've talked about Kanye and his impact so much on this podcast like before, but. I mean, I really understood, or maybe like kind of like opened my eyes to like, man, this guy's a genius, but also crazy. In the life of Pablo,
it goes hand in hand.
Yeah. Like it came to me in the life of Pablo, and when I saw him live in Vancouver. And I was just amazed with like what the fuck he was doing. This was a concert where he was on a floating platform, for anyone who remembers that at all.
Right. Yeah.
He was floating, and there was a mosh pit underneath the stage, which is crazy, right? And then the lights.
Were you in the mosh pit?
No. Like, I couldn't pay for that. Top? I think that was like $500. Right, and you couldn't even see Kanye. That's the thing. Like, so $500 for not seeing Kanye. But anyhow,
you pay for this guy to be on top.
Yeah,
of you.
dude. I was like, what? Why would you do that? But anyways, the lights would also morph, and they would change in the, you know, according to what the song was. Like they would physically move up and down and left and right and split up and stuff like that, which was like, whoa, like, oh my God. And you know, no encore, obviously. Like he just left. Like when he was done, he left. Doesn't give a shit. But I saw that and I was like, damn, man, this guy is crazy, but also a genius. Because like sonically, like I feel like Kanye has defined like a whole generation, right? He has defined a whole genre even. Like he made sampling old school like music in like, you know how Kanye likes to pitch up old school music? Like he'll make it like chipmunk voices. Yeah. So like he like made a whole genre. I feel like he like that's his sound now. Like no one can really take it from him. So I mean props to him as well. Like so that's my kind of entry point to Kanye Stronger. How about you?
I think it's the same. Like that album.
But what song?
Like for me I think it was the song that really stood out to me was one song on Graduation. I think it's called I wonder.
Yeah. That's still my favorite song. Like
that one and flashing lights. Yeah, but obviously like the first song I ever heard that I remember was also Stronger.
Yeah.
But and then I just started listening to that album because I remember I really liked the bear the look
Murakami and something like that.
Yeah. So it was Takashi Murakami. I didn't know about Takashi Murakami obviously back then, but the bear that he designed for that whole look of that album, I remember like it really standing out to me, like the music video where it was like an anime of the bear and he's just going about his day.
Yeah.
And I remember watching that on YouTube and I was like, yo, what the fuck? This is sick. Because that was the time.
Who the fuck is this guy?
And then I love that because before that I think it was Gorillaz that I like because Gorillaz also has this like visual like visual anime world that was going on, and then Kanye did Graduation, but to be honest I was more attracted to that style. Sure. And it's honestly inspired me until now. Like I still draw the bear. Right. Like just in general, like I love drawing that character, and like it's inspired a lot of like the shit that I like to draw as a kid and now as well. So that was my introduction, and then 2013 was when I started was that album came out, the Yeezys. Okay, yeah. I started liking him.
Black Skinhead, Blood in the Leaves.
Yeah, honestly, underrated. Like that album is kind of fucking slaps. That guy like went crazy.
Yeah. He actually broke in that. Like
he actually broke. Like, it became an experimental electronic album. Right. And that was sick. And I remember I was like, and that was at the time when I started wanting to do like art. So I kind of like started worshiping him a little bit because I was like, oh, this guy's fucking crazy. And I was in that phase where I was like, oh, like you need to be in a really dark place to become an artist. Like when I was younger, that's what I thought. I was like, I was like romanticizing like
like cigarettes, drugs.
Yeah. I was romanticizing like mental health. I was romanticizing like like going
heartbreak,
crazy, heartbreak, being bipolar and shit. With like how to make it. That's how artists live.
Yeah.
Like the tortured
classic
soul,
emo kind of description.
Yeah, bro, I was like 15, bro. Like so, I was like, this is the guy, bro. This guy's not have it together. Like this guy's fucked. Yeah. And I was like, that's why, like, yeah. And then obviously Pablo came out when we were in first year.
What was it? First year or second year?
First year. It came out in 2016.
I remember we went to Seattle for a trip.
Yeah, it was.
That was the time period where it came out.
Yes. So we went to Seattle, and then that was the end of first year.
Oh, okay. And I don't remember like specifically, but that's dope.
Yeah, it was end of first year. We listened to it together, and you got a chance to go with Daniel, but. You wanted me to go, but then I was like, the tickets are too expensive. Yeah. And I regret it so much.
You should have paid. Straight up.
Yeah. Like, it's because, I should have just gone.
You just should have committed, Yeah. But, I mean, I feel like Kanye is someone who, he has a clear progression or clear era to his albums. Like, some people don't have clear eras. I think Kanye definitely does. I think we talked about this in one of the one of the podcast episodes, you know, like we were talking about how like John Mayer has like a clear, you know, like kind of descriptor of this whole album. Like this album is country. This album is like Jimi Hendrix inspired. And I think Kanye is one of those people too. And I love it because like you don't know what to expect. Like I think
that's exactly So I was just talking about Kanye. So a friend of mine was writing a paper on Kanye West.
Sure.
And she was writing a paper about Kanye West, and she was talking about Kanye West's like authenticity on like and that's like the reason that he's so influential.
Sure.
And a lot of people sort of like people hate him, people love him, but everyone agrees that like, you know, like he's an impactful, and he's like compelling, like as an artist he's very compelling, even if you fucking hate him. And that's because like he's just very like authentic.
Right.
And she was talking about how like every album is so different and is the direct sort of like direct display or translation, or like is a direct translation of his bipolarness, his mental illness. So he's public, and he's been diagnosed with bipolarness, and he's public with it. So the reason that every album is like such a direct sort of
cut
like
off
translation, or direct cutoff or direct reflection of his like mental state is like
is a product of the mental illness.
Is the product of mental illness, but also the fact that it's so apparent and the fact that it's so honest is the reason that he's a very compelling artist. Just because like, okay, so Dark Twisted Fantasy came after that whole thing. His mom died, and also the when he was drunk and he went up to Taylor Swift. Yeah. So he got a lot of backlash, and he like he was publicly shunned for a bit. Right. And so he locked himself. He was in a really dark place. Like his mom died and shit. He was in a really dark place. And so my Dark Twisted Fantasy. Do you know what I mean? Then he just broke. Like there's so many parts where and then he found God, I guess.
At some point.
And then he made and he made a gospel album. You know, and it's just like when you listen to his music, you like, it's so there. It's very vulnerable and it's very honest. And that's
like even with like, you know, I would also make the argument that okay, you know that I'm not a lyric person at all, actually.
Right.
But like even when like people criticize him for having like very vain lyrics or like very like, you know, like basic, you know, kind of like, oh yeah, you know, like I'm rich, you're broke, kind of like those kind of lyrics and stuff. Like even to that, like I feel like when you talk about vulnerability, right? Like even sonically, how it sounds, it's very vulnerable. Like you don't have to even know the lyrics, you know. It's like,
I understand what you mean.
It's
very
raw.
Honest.
It's
very raw.
It feels very raw. Like when you listen to like Black Skinhead, for example, which is a very intense song, it feels very, you know, I don't want to say it's primal. Even it's like it's very,
that's how he was feeling when he was making it, and it directly translated to the sound and the lyrics. Like I think, remember in that album there's a song called "I Am a God."
Yes.
And it was about his God complex.
Yes.
Right, and then at the end, you know how he just screams.
He's
like, like that. Like, why the fuck would you do that?
Why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah, like, why the fuck would you? It's so, like, it's real. Like, it's very, like, he was going crazy. And what was the song in Ye, the album Ye, where it's like, like people say that this bipolar shit is like a disability. And he was like, it's not a disability. I'm a superhero. It's a superpower. And he screams again. and you're just like, the fuck is this guy on?
Yeah.
This guy's
no, but
crazy.
like when you kind of like dissect it, right? You're just like, wow, like this guy's like literally like experiencing it on tape. You know how crazy that is? It's like
even us, like making this podcast, 15 people watching it, right?
Right.
We filter out so much.
Yeah, true.
We don't talk, right? We like our political views. We don't really like. Yeah, no, you know, we're like it's not really, you know, if Mark and I were to share our political views, like we don't.
It's a different tone.
We don't
it's a different
share,
conversation.
Yeah, we don't share. We have to filter it out. We have to do a lot of things, and 15 people are watching us, bro.
Right?
That's so true. Everyone in the world, like not everyone in the world.
No, but like literal hundreds of millions.
World,
yeah.
Hundreds of millions of people know who Kanye West is, and he's having like an episode. He's having a manic episode.
Yeah,
and he releases music.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
Like that's crazy if you think about it. Like you're literally experiencing it on tape. Like you're recording your experience. I mean, like a lot of people will write about those experiences, right? Like I imagine like some singer-songwriter might be heartbroken or something. They might write about it, you know?
Yeah.
And then that's the experience through a storytelling view. But when you think about Kanye and how he does his music, at least the more experimental stuff, it feels like he's experiencing those.
He's experiencing those like in real time.
Yeah,
you're just
real time on tape.
Yeah, you're just
like it's not storytelling anymore. It's like I'm gonna break down on this fucking recording right now. Yeah. Which is crazy, right? Like, and I think you gotta admire him. Like I mentioned before that I admire him for his artistic courage. Like most, like the most.
Is exactly.
Yeah, because like he's brave enough to be like, I'll do whatever the fuck I want. And to be honest, like, okay, that comes off as cocky, that comes off as arrogant, that comes off as, you know, whatever you want to criticize him for.
That's actually what he thinks about himself.
It's honest, and also like it gives him the space to kind of do what he wants, right? Which is
true.
Which is
whatever he wants.
Which is a good thing, first of all. As an artist, like, I mean, I think anyone could agree that like you should be left to your own devices, your own creativity.
He's like depending what you define as like what an artist is supposed to be.
Sure.
Like I think a lot of people like to define an artist or like a good artist as someone who's like honest. Like an artist is supposed to be someone who sort of like sheds light or attempts to shed light on the truth.
Right.
There should be no deception. If you're making art, like some you speak on a truth that you've observed or like your personal truth and you share that. Like a lot of people consider that as like art or that as like good art or stuff. Is like an authenticity. And Kanye is sort of the face of that.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like you like we read about artists like you and Van Gogh like back in the day. You've heard about the ear story.
Yeah, the ear story,
like, like that kind of shit. And you're just like, oh man, this guy's fucking crazy. Like
he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. And Kanye, I think, is like the modern or like contemporary version of that. And that's why we love him so much.
Right. And I think too, like people like some haters will cringe at that statement because it sounds like you're comparing him to Van Gogh, right? But I think, okay, take the Van Gogh comparison out of it, right?
Yeah.
Like he's being authentic and he's like being an artist in his own right. And that's why people love him, is because like, he's willing to take those steps. You know, it's like,
bro.
Like no comparison if he is better or the same as Van Gogh, right? That's
question. It's different. It's different.
Yeah, it's different.
They're both artists.
Yeah, no, like, I know, but like people will like the haters will be like, ugh, why did he say that? You know, because that reminds me of this. Okay, I think I was talking with May, my girlfriend, about this like earlier this week. This is totally different from what we're talking about right now, but I think she asked me about Disney Channel stars and stuff like that, and she told me that she loved Jonas Brothers as a kid. And then I told her that like, as a kid, I cringed really hard at this one this one, you know, E Entertainment TV.
Yes.
So they did a whole segment on Jonas Brothers, and they compared the Jonas Brothers to the Beatles, and I was like, what? As like I think I was like 9 or 10. And I was like, what? These guys aren't the Beatles?
Yeah, I know.
So I totally get it when people like kind of like hate on whoever, because there's like a comparison with a larger or, interpret it
like older.
Yeah. So I get that feeling, and that's why I wanted to bring that up. But I found it funny. I was like, oh my god, why are you comparing? But I mean, there is no denying though that Kanye has impacted the last 20 years. I think
just culture.
I think in my argument, I think that he's the most influential artist of the 21st century. And there's only been 21 years, first of all. So I'm taking this 21 years.
Yeah.
I think he has been the most influential.
I think a lot of people would agree with that. Mm-hmm. Actually.
Yeah. Like, if you think of the songs that have been created out of this 20 years, Kanye West is definitely up there. Like, without a doubt. If not in front, but in the back producing maybe, or like, whatever it is. And also culturally, like fashion wise as well.
Yes. So I was going to say, like, he doesn't just stop at music, right? Like, it goes beyond that.
Yeah, dude, you remember those dumb sunglasses that he made popular?
Yeah. Bro, that was the thing.
Stripes.
Yeah, that was a thing. That was a thing. Like, back in 2008, 2009, that was a thing, bro.
I don't understand.
Like, motherfuckers were showing up to school dances with those. And I was like, first of all, it's dark in here. Second of all, you're wearing shades. Third of all, there's stripes on it. You can't fucking see. You look dumb as shit. You had one?
Well, no, I didn't have one.
Okay.
I think you had one.
I didn't have one. The fuck?
I don't know, man. You seem like someone who would have one.
No. I didn't have one. But yeah, it's fashion too. And like Yeezys, right? Still a thing to this day.
Still a thing. Like even before Yeezys, even before his whole fashion thing, like he had the Red Octobers at Nike, right? Am I wrong in saying that?
Yeah. They were first Yeezys were at Nike.
Yeah. So I like those a lot. First of all, even as a kid, I was like, oof.
Really?
Damn.
As a kid, I liked it a lot, but looking back at it now, it's like that's very like 2000s.
Oh no, for sure. But it captured a moment, right?
Yeah. True,
I mean,
it was iconic.
Dude, to be honest, dude, all sneakers are 2000, dude. Like not gonna lie, like it's like very much like encapsulated. If you didn't, you can say whatever you want. Sneakers are sneakers. Like they're in that time period. I mean, obviously there's exceptions, but mostly.
But it's just like Yeezys are iconic in every era. Like if I walk outside, honestly, and I saw a pair, I'd be like Yeezys. No, like the ones that came out.
I know
the ugly
mean.
ones.
Yeah,
the ugly ones.
Yeah.
Okay, the ones these days, like I saw like the more recent ones that he had.
Yeah.
Less iconic, less of a thing. Yeezys definitely less of a thing these days.
Right.
But like we were in second year or first year.
I know what you're talking about.
It's like you look at it and that's like, it's iconic. Everyone knows it is, and everyone wants a pair, even though they're kind of ugly. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like he made an ugly shoe iconic, and everyone wanted one. Bro, that's just so ugly. I'm sorry, but like
I don't
to
have
anyone who
I don't
who I'm sorry to anyone who spent a lot of money on a pair.
No,
I think they're fucking ugly.
Okay, but me and you, we're both like Converse and Vans kind of boys, right? So like we're not kind of in that world anyway. Like I like sneakers. Some sneakers really stand out to me. I want them, but Yeezy's not on the list.
He's kind of ugly. They're cool in a way where it's like, you're
especially
it's like Kanye West
later ones with like like the numbers on them, like the orange numbers and shit. I'm
like kind of ugly, bro. Yeah. And like honestly, all the Yeezy clothes, like all the ones with holes on them that cost like $600, does not make sense, bro. No, like I think that shit's so dumb. But the power of this guy to make that, to sell that to millions of people. He got people lining up at sneaker stores. at midnight. He got people like
reselling these
reselling,
shoes.
making bots to like buy these shoes, getting raffle tickets. People like a lot of my friends have it. Mm-hmm. You know.
Yeah, man, like
ugly as fuck. Yeah, ugly shoes. They look like Bionicles. That's what the first thing.
They look. I was
like, when they came out, when I was in like first or second year, they came out. I was like, bro, that looks like a Bionicle, straight up. That's my first thought. I was like, Bionicle ass shoes.
Now that you said it, I can't unremember that. I can't unsee.
Yeah, bro. It looks like some Bionicle shoes.
That's so funny. But yeah, dude, he's defined the past 21 years. Like, and obviously you can make the argument that other artists have as well, but
not to this extent though.
I don't think so. Yeah, exactly. And then like if you think about it, man, okay, with the exception of maybe Ye and God is King or Jesus is King, I mean, all of them have been great albums. They have been impactful albums that have changed like the music landscape within those times. They have, made artists, like no-name artists into some name artists. They have made, like, it's crazy, man. Like this guy has like changed the whole thing. Yeah. He has changed the whole game since he's been around. And
I'm really excited for the new album. Not gonna lie.
I am too.
I heard parts of it. I know you liked it.
I like that one song, I like the
what's it called? Right.
Miracles on. Yeah, but
that's crazy.
I haven't. I know there's leaks of some songs. I think from the listening party. Yes. But I haven't listened to any of them. I just want to listen to it like full sonic quality, like on when the day comes. But man, I'm pretty psyched about it too because I mean, like as much as I think that Jesus is King, the album is not great. I do like it. Like I think it's like it's
not relatable to me. Like I'm not Christian.
Yeah, same. That too.
Like we have God too. Like Muslims have God too, but like we're not. It's not the same vibe. We don't sing. We don't celebrate God with music. So I was really into it. I didn't get it.
Yeah. For sure. And I think to some degree you don't have to be Christian, but also like I just think it was a gospel album, and you can go at to a certain distance with like gospel, like I mean like it was experimental to some degree, but at the end of the day like it was like it sounded the same the whole way through, but I mean it's good. It's not, but I'm excited to see what he pulls from that. Because obviously, this album
it'll be different.
But it's religious. Like, you can already tell. He made miracles on me. Like, that's talking about God. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So, like, it's reflecting who he is right now, too. And I'm sure his split from Kim or whatever that scandal. I don't know anything about that, but
so they basically they got a divorce. Kim
they got an official divorce.
So Kim filed for a divorce a few months ago, and it was the reason that she gave was because he wasn't around. Like he's a workaholic, right? Kanye, like he was not present for the family, for stuff like that. And Kim was like, if I'm gonna have a husband and he's gonna be away most of the time, why have a husband kind of thing? Yeah. Wow. Anyways, yeah. So they got a divorce. They've been together for like almost a decade though.
No, that can't be.
Yeah, right. Remember when Bound 2 came out in 2013? That's when they started dating.
Is that Yeezys? Is that Yeezys?
That's in Yeezys. That's the last song of Yeezys.
Shit, yeah, that's like 2011, 2012,
2013.
2013. Okay.
2013.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, it's been nearly a decade. Damn.
It's been nearly a decade. They're both like very like and Kim Kardashian is also iconic.
Of course. Yeah.
Right. So like he married the most.
Is a power couple, man. Like in terms of like influence.
Woman. Yeah.
But. Okay, I'm sure this album will reflect his mindset of that too.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick.
He's cooking shit every day, right? Like literally, like in his Mercedes arena room. This dude literally paid for a whole arena and is staying in like some janitor ass closet, which is so funny to me. I'm like, why did you do that?
He's crazy, man. That's his thing. He's crazy.
But I'm
and
like,
then we love him for
but
it.
I'm like, the balls on that guy to do that. You know, like you have to have the means and the courage to be like, yo, I'm gonna book this whole arena, and I'm gonna work on my album, and you know, like I'll just use this space to like create, and unlike also create this traction, this demand for it as well. Because as soon as you heard that Kanye was pulling some stunt like this, everyone was like, oh shit, okay, shit's getting real. So it's like it's obviously worked. So this guy knows what's up. This guy knows what he's doing.
In when Kanye is an old man, when Kanye is like 60 years old and we're like 40, I think I'll still be listening to him. Yeah. Like when Kanye drops an album in 20 or 30 years, if he's still doing music, me and you would be like, oh shit. Kanye West. Oh, new Kanye West album. Oh.
Right. You know what? Like
I don't think he'll ever be like irrelevant.
Okay. Yeah, I see that. Like the thing is like, okay, I think he will stop like rapping one day. Like I think that he'll probably like, you know, stop that thing, but I think he'll continue producing all his life. Yeah. So I mean that's a great thing because what makes me think that he's a genius is because of his producing. Like him as a producer, top notch, dude. One of the best producers ever, even. Just like not classically trained technically, right? Like he's not a Quincy Jones, for example, right? But like debatably, he's created like many hits, like to many people,
and so more people probably know about Kanye West, than
right?
Quincy
because
Jones.
we live in the era of like, you know, the information era, right? So
knowing everything,
that makes sense. But man, this guy, like, as much as people hate him, like you gotta give him props for what he is as well. And you know, I mean, I'm excited for what's to come. Yeah. Did you see his fucking listen party? Like how he presented himself?
I just saw the end where he just flew up into the sky.
Yeah, he just started levitating, and I'm like, I showed it to my sister. I showed it to my sister in the car. Like it was on like Instagram or something. I showed it to my sister, and like my sister does not like Kanye West, first of all. So no. And then I was like, yo, look at this guy, and he's like, oh man, what is he doing now? And I was like, bro, but you gotta admire his courage, man. Like he's floating.
It's sick though.
He decided to book out a whole arena and he's floating in the middle. Yeah. You know how ballsy that is? You know?
And he also broke down. You see it? Like he was talking about his family or something.
What? Really? Like, no, I didn't. Like I said, I didn't watch anything. I just saw photos.
Yeah, it was tough, man. Because he went to the divorce, right? And I don't even know what the terms of their divorce is. Right. Like who's keeping the kids and whatnot.
Bro, I think it's Kim.
But there was one part he was talking about like, oh, I lost my family. And he started. Right. Oh, yeah, no, it was tough in front of like thousands of people.
Yeah, man. But
anyways,
yeah. What a guy.
I think we should talk about not Kanye first.
Okay. But yeah, I hope you guys who are listening are as excited as we are for Donda. Hopefully, when it comes out, we will give some thoughts, some reviews on it when it comes out. If it's good, then great. If it's bad, then fuck. Okay, but we wanted to talk about, I mean, a separate, literally different from what we just talked about before.
Iconic things as well. It's kind of related.
I guess so. Is superhero things, superhero
Cultures.
Movies, cartoons, culture,
yeah,
and everything. And I feel like we're living in the hype of it too, right? Like the middle of it. And I mean, I say that, and what comes to mind is like arguments from myself. Not arguments, but like heated talks, I guess, with Marvel fans. Like today.
Oh, right. Like
purely today. Marvel fans. No, like pure Marvel fans.
Yeah.
And like Star Wars geek, which is myself. So they'll be like, oh, this is like the greatest thing that has ever, like, you know, like this is like bigger than Star Wars. And I'm like, I mean,
nothing will be bigger than Star Wars. Mark loves Star Wars, by the way. That's his thing. Like
that's my thing.
Ever since I met him, Mark has always been like very into Star Wars.
Right.
and like he has like action figures. He spends a lot of money. I think Mark has spent $200 on a lightsaber.
I mean, there's more to come.
Mark went to Universal Studios.
Disneyland, boy.
Oh, Disneyland, sorry. Mark went to Disneyland and paid to make his own lightsaber.
Hell yeah.
And he chose the crystals.
Hell yeah. Why wouldn't you do that?
The crystals determine the color of... So he built his own lightsaber and chose the crystal. And for like a bit, every time you went to his house, he would just take out the lightsaber and start just whacking people with it. And I'm friends with this guy, so I don't know, like...
Dude, don't act like you don't like Star Wars, right? You're a Star Wars fan, too.
Yeah, I'm not I don't like it as much as you do, though.
But, dude, shit's crazy. But anyhow, back to what I was trying to say. Like, people, like... do the immediate like comparison, and I'm okay with you loving whatever you love, right? But like,
what is your problem with it?
But they always say that like Star Wars like doesn't make sense. Like they don't get why people love it. Like, and also,
what do you mean? Star Wars, the structure of Star Wars story is the most classic.
I know, it's like the
hero's tale, but
exactly.
told in a very interesting way.
Exactly.
That's like Lord of the Rings, same thing as Star Wars.
Exactly.
Like a bunch of Greek mythology, same thing as Star Wars. Like all the demigod shit, like that's Star Wars, all of it.
Yeah, literally. Like I've met a lot of people like this, and they're like, "Yo, like Marvel is the thing, man. It's like the shit. It's like, you know, and you know, good for you." But also, one thing I always say is that we're living in the moment. We're living in the moment. So imagine living in 1970.
Yeah, like you ever think about living through the 1980s where you had to go to theaters to see Star Wars in theaters?
Yeah.
I think that would be really cool.
That'd be pretty sick, dude. And like being like just like
did
weirded out by like the special effects. Like, whoa, how did they do that?
Cause like, okay, the trilogy, the recent trilogy, like it was a thing, but it wasn't a thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It was a thing for it was a thing for Star Wars fans.
Yes.
But I felt like when it came out in the 80s, it was a thing for everyone. It was like Infinity War.
Yeah, because
same hype.
They were living in the moment, and we're living in the Infinity War era right now, right?
Yeah,
the Endgame era. So I get it. I get what they're trying to say, because we're in the era, and that era will never end, because as long as Disney can get money, it will continue forever, or like they will reboot it one day or whatever. But like, you know, like Disney They know what they're doing, obviously. So like they're not gonna let it go. But like Star Wars, if you remember, they had like a whole hiatus, bro. They had like a 20-something year hiatus. Like they did.
Oh, like what, between like Phantom Menace and like
Return of the
Jedi.
So they had like 20-something years, and George Lucas came out and he was like,
we're making another one.
There will no. Like he was like, I'm never gonna make another Star Wars. Like that was the thing before Phantom Menace. So everyone was like, okay, like it's like an end of an era thing. And then he comes back, and then he does his own thing, and then it was shit, right? Like objectively, like it might be nostalgic to me and you, but it's objectively like quite bad.
Okay, like the third one's pretty good though.
Yeah, it's true. But
the Sith,
like
what's it called? Sith?
And like
something Sith.
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah,
but.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah, I agree.
But let's be honest here. It's
pretty bad.
You know, like George Lucas was surrounded by a lot of yes men by that time, I believe. So I think he was just doing whatever he wanted, and you know, it sometimes doesn't go to plan. But that was that moment too, you know. And like people were, you know, Phantom Menace is one of the highest grossing movies ever, because it was like the hype of him coming back to do Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
And you know, people give it a lot of shit, but like now, like we're living in the Marvel age, so like, you know, it's just like, it's weird, man, because like Star Wars is like on and off kind of relationship, but Marvel it's on and it hasn't been off yet. You know, it's hard to say which is better.
It's only been a few years though. It's only been like a decade.
Yo, like why can't you just love both? Like I like Marvel to some degree. You know, it's like it's decent.
Okay, what is your favorite superhero story ever?
Okay.
And Star Wars doesn't count. Sorry, it's not a superhero movie.
I mean, in general, my favorite is Spider-Man.
Right?
Okay, so it's either Spider-Man or Batman. So those two are my thing. Like either from both, you know. Because they have such a rich story to both. I think Batman is even more rich in the story because he has this whole lineage of Robin, like all the Nightwings, Nightwing, Batgirl, all that bullshit, and then Red Hood, even if you know any of the lore. So there's this whole Bat family. So that's very interesting. Spider-Man has the equivalent of that, being like the Venoms,
and now there's like multiple universe Spider-Man.
Miles Morales.
Do you hear about that?
Ghosts. Yeah.
Do you hear about how they're making like now?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, man.
It's dope.
Apparently, it's like kind of confirmed.
No, it's pretty much.
Oh, it's confirmed. There was this guy who was like talking about how all 3 Spider-Man guys were seen in New York.
Oh, interesting.
Like they were all in New York at the same time, and then one guy went up to Tobey Maguire and was like, "Are you gonna be in the new Spider-Man movie?" And guess what he said? Yes. There's like, "Oh, I can't tell you that." So that's a yes. Like, that's gonna be sick, man.
That's dope.
But yeah, why do you think apart from the story being rich, why do you think these characters are compelling to you?
I mean, less so for Batman, but more so for Spider-Man. Spider-Man's relatable. First of all, he's a kid, dude. He's a kid who does his best to save his neighborhood, literally. And he most of the time he fights outside. Like he's punching above his belt. Is that the term? Is that weight?
Yeah, he's
punching
above
his weight. Wait.
He's an underdog.
Yeah, he's an underdog all the time. Actually, literally every fight he's an underdog.
He pulls it off.
Yeah, because everyone's like, "Yo, you're a kid, and you're weak," and then he goes in and he starts swinging and he just finds a way. So it's always great to kind of read and watch those stories. But yeah, how about you? What's your favorite superhero story?
It's still Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
Obviously. So yeah, since I was a kid,
yeah.
I don't know why, but I just love that character. I could still I recently saw Spider-Man again, the first one with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
And I remember the lines.
Oh shit!
It was damn. Because I was an only child, bro. I had no one to play with, so I just my mom. I remember my mom bought me the DVD for Spider-Man, and I kept it with me because
that's cute.
I had to go to I go to this aunt's place, this uncle's place to stay.
Sure.
A lot, but I always had the Spider-Man DVD, and wherever there's a DVD player, I just put it on and watch it.
That's cute, dude.
Fucking love Spider-Man. But yeah, but honestly, now growing up though, I think my favorite superhero story is X-Men.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause
X-Men is good too.
Cause I feel like it's cause, me and you political science students
it's political. It's very political.
It's the most. I think it's the most political superhero story.
Yeah.
And I really Can you remember we were talking about how Professor Xavier, it's about the civil rights movement and stuff.
Yes.
The mutants and stuff and discrimination towards mutants.
Sure.
And then there's the whole MLK versus Malcolm X.
Yeah.
It's kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just like that aspect of it. I think it's very interesting.
Okay, no, that's a great answer. I like X-Men too.
Growing up though, as
cartoon or the movie, because I feel like the movies are I don't know.
The movies are all right. The idea, I think the movies are good. First Class was good. Days of Future Past was good.
How about the original ones?
The original ones are all right.
There's 1 and 2, and then Last Stand, I think, is the third one. And
yeah,
after that
there's 3 of them, and all the Wolverine
origin, and then Logan. Logan was good, I think.
I thought Logan, yeah. So Logan and Days of Future Past are my favorite X-Men story.
Yeah, I mean, I like them too. And I think they're quite political.
I started watching the cartoons recently.
Yes.
The ones from the 80s.
Yeah, the cartoons are good.
Cause Pia Home gave me his Disney Plus.
Oh shit, nice.
Thanks, shout outs.
Shout out.
But I started watching it and I really like it. Cause you told me to watch it. You were like, yeah, you should go watch the cartoons, man. Cartoons from the 80s, they're kind of cool.
No, they're really good actually. Like I mean, like it's very simple storytelling, you know. It's like very like you know, like Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, and like, you know, it's just very simple choreography even, you know. It's like punch, you know. But like there's some charm about it. There's like a particular...
yeah. It's attractive. It's a charming thing.
Yeah.
Like there's something about it that makes... I feel like that with all X-Men movies. I think the concept is like really cool.
Right.
Like Magneto is probably like one of the coolest like supervillains.
Oh, for sure.
Just because he's the most like, you can kind of see why his ideology makes sense. And also you can kind of see why his ideology makes sense. And then you're like kind of with him, but you're against him when he's like, he goes too far and you're like, oh man, the fuck are you doing that for, bro? Like,
yeah. I want to talk about this other cartoon that you just got into as well. But I mean, to lead up to it, to segue into it, like the one thing I don't like about Marvel films is that there's, I mean, at least before Infinity War and Endgame, there's not a lot of stakes. Like when you go into a Marvel film, you kind of know the good guys aren't going to die. You kind of know that, you know, it's a fun movie. It's entertaining. It's not going to be like, it won't like break your heart or anything. But I mean, that's pre-Infinity War, Endgame and stuff like that. So that's one thing.
It's kind of expected.
Yeah, it's kind of expected.
Like it's black and white.
Because you know Disney as well. Disney will they have a message to present. Like that's just it makes sense. True. You know, you're trying to teach kids and stuff. True. So there's a whole thing there too. But I appreciate the superhero stories that are willing,
a little dark. Yeah,
that are willing to really go. Like that's why I like Batman, because Batman can go really dark.
Batman's a depressed billionaire, bro. Like
he's a murderer, like straight up.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like he has his whole dynamic, and you know, like there's like stakes. Like people will die, people can die. Like you know, people in his life and whatever. Like depending on the arc. But what I wanted to lead on to is okay. First of all, Suicide Squad is one of those movies, like the new one. Stakes. So I won't spoil it, but
you liked it
within the first like 10 minutes. Like already a good impression. But anyhow, I want to talk about Invincible, a TV show that I told Affinity about, and it's great.
I love it. It's the best.
I think it's the best like thing to ever to come out in a long time.
Yeah, I started watching it and I saw it. So my friend recommended it to me. I saw it and I immediately thought of you. I was like, oh, this is something, this guy. And I was like, this guy's probably seen it. And so I texted you. I was like,
texted you about it.
No, you didn't, bro.
I was like, yo, we gotta watch Invincible.
No, you didn't. Okay. My friend told me, and then I was like, Mark has definitely seen this. And I was like, what do you think about this? And you're like, I love it.
I love it, yeah.
Or maybe you told me a long time ago and I brushed it off. I was like...
Dude, I binge watched it in a day.
Fuck Mark.
It was so good. It's so good. Okay, so Invincible is a superhero series on Amazon Prime. Amazon TV, whatever it's called. So if you have Amazon Prime, you have this. Okay, first of all. So you can watch it there. Or you can... I guess you can stream it somewhere illegally, I think. But it's called Invincible.
Oh, yeah. It's sick.
It's really good. Like
it's the best animated show since Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I think so too.
Opinion.
Honestly, I think so too. Like it's so well crafted as a story. Like the arc, the writing, the it's brilliant, and also the casting.
Just the first,
also really good.
Yeah, bro. OP casting, bro.
Yeah, dude. Like
J.K. Simmons.
The
what's his name from Spider-Man? So he's the guy that plays the newspaper guy for Spider-Man.
Yeah, JJ, what's his name?
I don't know.
Jameson.
Yeah, Jameson. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's the Asian lady from Grey's Anatomy. I forgot her name.
Yeah. So the cool thing is that Mark Grayson, the protagonist of this, in the animated TV show, he's supposed to be Asian, and he's played by Steven Yeun. He's supposed to be half Korean. Yeah. Which is pretty sick. That's sick. That's like sick, I was like, damn, let's go, fuck it, let's go Asian people.
Exactly, and it was so sick. And like, okay, this is like not a show to show your kids, and you know, like definitely not a show to show your kids because there's a lot of blood, there's a lot of killing. Yeah. But like, this show is what I expect from superhero movies or cartoons because like there's stakes. There's like, okay. Yeah. If you lose this battle, you're gonna die, you know, and like in this like cartoon, basically it's like it's kind of like One Punch Man in a little bit, you know, in like one slap and your head's like exploded, like shit like that, you know.
And then like just watch one episode, and at the end of episode 1, it's crazy. It gets real.
It gets crazy.
I feel like it's a real it's a very real like superhero, like we see like with the exception of maybe Batman, sure, like superhero cartoons is very glamorized, but this one it's like very really real. They talk like about family dynamics as well. The ugly side of superhero business.
It's really cool. I think it's really well written. Okay, I don't think I sent it to you. I remember now. I told Tem to watch it. Tem was one of our guests on the show. He likes superheroes. So I was like, yo, you gotta watch this and review it. Like it's so good. So I mean,
I knew right away though. When I watched it, I was like, yeah, Mark is definitely on this shit right now.
It's so good. Like, I don't know when it's coming out, like season 2 or anything, but Invincible, man. I hope like soon. Highly recommend. Like to me, 10 out of 10.
You know, it got like a 9, I think, on IMDb. Damn. Like not a lot of things. Like only like Avatar: The Last Airbender has a show called that.
Damn, dude. Yeah, this is so good. Like,
I just love I love where they kind of explore like the gray area, like morally gray area of like anything. Can I ask you, is Invincible like the comic book? Is it the same? Is it the same comic company as like the Watchmen and stuff?
I don't know.
Let's check that.
Maybe. But
because it's kind of the same. Like Watchmen is also very like. I only watched the movie. I haven't like explored
it's quite
more
dark.
of the story.
It's a little dark,
but it's like it's kind of like real and kind of dark.
Yeah.
But not in a way that Batman is.
Sure. I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's like satire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Just talking about it makes me like so happy because like
I want to watch it again. I think I'm gonna watch it.
Right? Like I think it was like 30 minutes an episode, like 40 minutes.
No, dude, it's 45 minutes.
45 minutes, and there's only 10 episodes for first season. I think it's even
8
less.
40-minute episodes is like 16 anime episodes, so it's pretty good.
It's really good, guys. Like highly recommend. Like if you were to watch anything in 2021, you have to watch Invincible.
It just came out, bro. Steven Yeun, bro. Steven Yeun is like that guy. I fucking love that guy.
But anyhow, I'm conscious of time, we have a tradition on this podcast to share some music with you guys because it's a music circle, and we like to share some music with you guys as well. We got some songs. Do you have any songs, Findy?
You go first.
All right, so there's this song called Madison Square Park by Mosiah. I like it a lot. And I'm going to go with Fogo do Sol by Marcus Valle. Or Marcus Valle. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I love him.
Marcus Valle.
Valle? Okay.
I think so. I'm not sure.
Fuck it.
Okay, and my song is Mulher, Homem, Bicho by Frango, Eletrico.
Sick.
I know all these Spanish, Portuguese. I don't know what the fuck this is. Song. Right. That's one of them. And actually, I only have one song this week.
Okay, that's all good. Okay. All right, so
thank you everyone.
Thank you everyone for listening. A mix of topics today, very different topics, but it's fun to talk about it.
I like the format.
Yeah, the format's nice.
I think we talked about this before.
We get a fresh kind of start on a topic, you know. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. We really appreciate it. And we're on Spotify, all listening platforms, basically. And we're also on YouTube. Go follow us on Instagram and all that stuff, too. Anyhow, thank you, Finney.
Thank you.
Thank you, listeners.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.